Alright, so I'm gonna do a movie review on the movie Havoc. And I know that this movie was already out for 2 weeks already, but I'm just doing a review now on it. I recently saw it again last night because that's how good it was to me, and I just want to refresh my brain before I talk about the movie. If you haven't heard about it, Havoc is an action movie with Tom Hardy on Netflix, and it's directed by Gareth Evans. And if you guys haven't heard of Gareth Evans, you guys should really look him up because he made these two great action films called The Raid 1 and The Raid 2. Now, I'm still waiting for a third Raid, Gareth, as I'm sure all the fans are, but I don't think it's gonna happen, but one can only hope. I mean, the Raid films, they're like one of the best martial art action movies that I've ever seen in my life. So if you guys have not seen those movies, go check them out. And as soon as I saw Gareth Evans' name attached to this movie Havoc, I knew the action was gonna be insane. So anyway, you have Tom Hardy. He's like the main character of this movie. He plays a narcotics detective. He's pretty much called in to check out a crime scene where like a coke deal went really bad and there's like a lot of dead bodies everywhere, and he's pretty much called in to investigate the scene and figure out who did it. That's pretty much like the meat of the movie. That's like the main storyline, but there's like a bunch of different storylines that just all connect to each other throughout this film. In one group, you have Tom Hardy and a bunch of other narcotic detectives. Tom Hardy, he's like not the perfect cop. He's also corrupted because he like stole drugs in the past, and he stole like a lot of drug money with his partners. So like it's not like he's like this super duper good cop. And in another group, you have a bunch of Chinese triads. They were involved in the drug deal that went wrong. And in another corner, you have a group of thieves who are trying to like leave the city, and they were also involved in the drug deal gone wrong. And in the final corner, you have the mayor and his son, and like Tom Hardy's character is like working for the mayor because like he owes him a favor. That's the thing about this movie. There's so many different groups of people, and they like kind of all fuck with each other. They betray each other. They owe each other favors. That's pretty much what this movie is like wrapped around. It's like you have so many different plots, and like they're like all part of the same web, which I thought it worked if you really pay attention. It seems overwhelming, but if you just pay attention to the movie, it's not that hard to follow. But the main reason that I wanted to watch this film was the action. Like the action was just top notch, fucking insane. And like I said, Gareth Evans, as soon as I saw his name attached to this movie, I knew the action was gonna be phenomenal because of what he did with his movies, The Raid 1 and 2. Which I highly suggest you guys please watch those movies. If you like John Wick, you are gonna love the Raid series, and you're gonna love this movie Havoc. The nightclub scene was probably one of the best action scenes I've ever seen. Like the gunfights were insane, and the ending scene where Tom Hardy like fights off a bunch of Chinese triads in his cabin house, like the gun action scenes were just phenomenal. Okay, think of the John Wick films. The gunfights were unreal. Think of The Matrix, okay? The gunfights were also insane. I love movies with lots of guns and gun action scenes. The only problem I had with this film is that there was just too much stories going on. But if you can just look past that and just enjoy the action film that this movie presents itself to be, you will have a fun time just watching this film. Now, I heard they might do a sequel to this film. I don't know, but I hope they do because I can totally see a sequel happening since Tom Hardy's character is still alive. Point being, Havoc, the action scenes were awesome. The gun scenes were awesome. Go watch Havoc.